Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of what company executives are really saying, and sometimes what they are not saying. Today we are looking at an amendment from Vulcan Materials Company, and it seems like there has been a key change in their leadership and how they will be compensated. So this is an amended report, meaning they are updating or adding information to something they already filed. The original filing was on the 14th of October, and this one is a sort of follow-up specifically focusing on a section about leadership changes and pay packages. The company is calling this amendment number 1 to their Form 8K, the original report. They are saying that this new filing adds to and changes what they said before, especially in item 5.02. This section is all about who is coming and going in the top leadership and how much people at the top are getting paid. We already knew from the original report that back on the 10th of October of 2025, Vulcan's board of directors decided that Ronnie Pruitt, who is currently the Chief Operating Officer, will become the new Chief Executive Officer starting the 1st of January of 2026. When this change happens, J. Thomas Hill, who is the current CEO, will step down from that role but will stay on the board as the executive chairman. This is a pretty standard succession plan where a seasoned leader transitions into a more oversight-focused role while a successor takes the reins. Think of it as a mentorship handover at the highest level. Now, what is new in this amendment is the detail about the compensation Mr. Pruitt will receive as CEO and Mr. Hill will receive as executive chairman, both starting the 1st of January of 2026. The board, acting on the recommendation of its Compensation and Human Capital Committee, approved these plans on the 12th of December of 2025. For Mr. Pruitt, as the incoming Chief Executive Officer, his compensation package looks pretty substantial. He will have an annual base salary of $1 million. On top of that, he has a target short-term incentive, which we can think of as a bonus based on yearly performance of 135% of his base salary. That means he could potentially earn an extra $1.35 million in bonuses based on how the company does each year. Then to raise the long-term incentive, which is usually tied to longer-term company performance and stock value, set at a target of 700% of his base salary. This is a significant chunk, aimed at keeping him focused on the company's long-term success. So in simple terms, he has got $1 million salary and bonuses that could add up to several $1 million more depending on how well Vulcan performs. Now let's look at Mr. Hill's new role as executive chairman. He also gets an annual base salary of $1 million. His target short-term incentive is also 135% of his base salary, mirroring Mr. Pruitt's short-term bonus potential. However, his target long-term incentive award is set a bit lower, at 300% of his annual base salary. This makes sense as he is transitioning to a more advisory and board-level role, while Mr. Pruitt as CEO will be directly responsible for day-to-day operations and hitting those longer-term growth targets. The report also mentions that Mr. Pruitt was elected to the board of directors, and this will also be effective from the 1st of January 2026. He will stand for re-election at the company's shareholder meeting in 2026. Importantly, the filing states there are no special agreements between Mr. Pruitt and anyone else that led to his director selection, and he does not have any indirect material interest in any transactions that need to be disclosed. This is standard boilerplate to assure investors that his appointment is based on merit and not special deals. Vulcan Materials Company is a pretty big player in the construction materials industry, primarily focused on aggregates, which is essentially crushed stone, sand, and gravel. They are a key supplier for infrastructure projects, commercial development, and residential construction across the United States. So, leadership changes and compensation at this level are always interesting because they signal the direction the company is heading and how they plan to incentivize their top leaders to achieve their goals. What's interesting here is the synchronization of compensation between the incoming CEO and the outgoing CEO. Both are set to earn $1 million base salary and the same short-term bonus target. This suggests a smooth transition and perhaps a recognition of Mr. Hill's continued value to the company in his new role. Even if his long-term incentive is structured differently, this approach could help ensure that Mr. Hill remains motivated and engaged in supporting the new leadership and the company's overall strategy. Now let's think about what this means. Vulcan Materials operates in a cyclical industry heavily tied to construction and infrastructure spending. When the economy is strong and government funding for infrastructure is robust, companies like Vulcan tend to do very well. Conversely, downturns can significantly impact their business. The compensation packages here, particularly the high long-term incentive for the CEO, signal a strong emphasis on sustained growth and profitability over multiple years. The 700% long-term incentive for Mr. Pruitt is quite aggressive, suggesting the board expects significant value creation under his leadership. For Mr. Hill, the 300% is still substantial, reflecting his ongoing strategic influence. Looking at the broader picture for Vulcan, they've historically been a dominant force in their market. They face competition, of course, but their scale and geographic reach are significant advantages. One of the key risks for any company in this sector is regulatory and environmental compliance, as well as the price of raw materials and energy. The leadership transition seems to be handled in a way that aims to maintain stability and focus on operational execution and long-term value creation. In conclusion, this filing provides concrete details on the financial arrangements for Vulcan Materials' new leadership team. The large incentive packages for both Mr. Prout and Mr. Hill underscore the board's commitment to driving performance and ensuring a smooth executive transition. While the industry has its challenges, Vulcan's strong market position and the clear incentives for its top executives suggest a continued focus on growth and shareholder value. So, what do you think about these new compensation packages for Vulcan Materials leadership? Have they set up the company for success? Or is this just standard executive pay? What are your thoughts on this leadership transition? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Corporate Decoder episode.